Charter Local Edition with your host, John MacDonald.
Hello again. We are visiting today with Tom Hanel, who is the mayor of Billings, Montana. Mayor, I appreciate you taking some time
Absolutely.
today.
Good afternoon.
Thank you
for having me in. You
Absolutely. Bet. Welcome to Bozeman.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you about some issues that are going on in Billings, but first tell folks a little bit about your background and how long you've been the mayor of Billings.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a native of Montana, born and raised in Miles City. Moved to Billings 43 years ago to attend what was then called Eastern Montana College. My education led me into a career of law enforcement, which I've since retired, of course, and I got into city government as a mayor. This is my second term and 2 years to go, so things are winding down. I'm also very involved as a broker owner of a real estate office here in Billings, so very active in many aspects.
And your 28 years in law enforcement, all of that was in the Billings area?
20
years.
20
Sorry,
years.
dated you a little bit
No,
there.
that's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
No.
And that was all in the Billings area?
All in the Billings area, yes.
Okay. And unlike some cities and towns in Montana, you are term limited. So
I am term limited. This is my second term and 2 years to go in this term, and I'm all done.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to visit with you about a number of issues and a number of projects that are going on in your town. One, I know you are in the process of a very significant expansion of the airport out there. Tell folks a little bit about what that is, the cost, and how you're going about doing that.
Absolutely. The Billings-Logan International Airport has not actually been changed in many, many years. And just recently we received a proposal, very experienced, very professional firm with a very extensive renovation, both exterior and interior. The estimated cost is in the mid 45 million, or mid 40s I should say. But just the same, we're very excited about this. The support from the council was unanimous to move forward to the next step. And of course we will eventually take it to the citizens and to get their input. But at the same time, what we intend to do is totally revise the interior with the security area where you go through to check in and whatnot. We'll be adding another concessions area, extending the airport with another concourse, a total facelift on the outside. So we're very excited about this. It's something that's long past due, and in order to keep up and be competitive and serve the needs of our travelers and our airlines, it's certainly a step in the right direction.
And do you have an estimate on time, how long a project like that's going to take from beginning to end?
It'll be done in phases, so we're going to do one part of it and then shift over to another so that we can keep things in operation, keep the travelers coming and going, and of course the airlines in operation. But overall, about 2 to 2.5 years to complete from beginning to end.
And you mentioned the price tag on this, about 45 million or mid 40s for this. And that the City Council has approved it, but where is the funding going to come from?
Primarily from bonding sources. We have a very healthy reserve within our airport. It's an enterprise fund, which is very unique within the City of Billings. We have different departments that we call enterprise, be it that they're self-sustaining. The revenue that they generate, be it their services, is what keeps them in operation. And in this particular case, the airport has been extremely well managed and financially very strong, very healthy. So obviously we'll use some of those funds and we will go out for bonding on the remainder.
Okay. Talk a little bit about some of the other economic issues in your community. It seems like Billings is doing quite well at the moment. You've got a lot of growth, a lot of construction underway. Talk a little bit about that.
We are. Billings is actually very healthy when it comes to the economic factor. You know, leading up and to help to a little bit of an understanding, you know, Billings is a very large city. Very large in the fact it's the largest one in the state of Montana, largest city within a 500-mile radius, and very diverse in the services that we offer. So consequently, we're not dependent upon any single source of revenue to keep things operating. And consequently, we've been very, very busy. A lot of people moving to the city of Billings for different reasons, whether it's the energy sector, whether it's medical, the retail, or whether it's technology, which has really taken off. But ultimately, we have very affordable housing in the city of Billings in comparison. So consequently, our economy is strong, doing very well. I'm very pleased to say that. And with that, we've seen a lot of commercial development in the last few years, with a lot of commercial development yet pending. Within about a 3-year period, we had 6 new hotels built. We issued 280 housing permits within a 12-month period for residential construction. So these are all very positive factors, and certainly indicates that we're going to be very strong for some time.
And I suspect too, as business moves into the community, you get more people. There's probably a positive impact on housing in terms of housing development as well.
Right. You know, we've experienced approximately a 2.5% increase in population consistent for the last few years. I don't expect that to change a whole lot, maybe increase a little. But just the same, we're right at 110, 112,000 people at this time. I would predict, if I was to say, probably by the year 2025, we'll be in the neighborhood of 135, 138,000 within the city limits. And that's a very good, solid growth, but yet it's manageable. We're able, as a city of Billings, our services we provide, whether it's the infrastructure, water, sewer, streets, or whatever it may be, we can handle that type of growth very, very well, and certainly hope that that is the case.
Talk a little bit more about the diversity of the economy. For a lot of folks, Billings was always kind of the agriculture, livestock hub, and oil and gas a little bit. But you mentioned it's gotten a lot more diverse. Talk a little bit about the kinds of industries that are moving in.
Well, there's no argue to the point that agriculture, of course, is the number one source of economy.
Still
not only
very
Billings,
huge.
state of Montana,
Right.
and we're well known for that. Montana is, but in Billings, there's agriculture, and of course, with the energy activity, whether it be western North Dakota or eastern Montana, that's had a tremendous impact on Billings, but not so much that we depend on it for a main source of income. That's just one factor. The medical corridor are two hospitals, largest hospitals within the Northwest United States in comparison to Spokane, down to Denver, over to Bismarck. Very large, service a tremendous area. One hospital alone employs approximately 3,500 people, and the other one over 2,000. So the medical industry has been huge. It's been a very strong pull. The retirement community, the retirement facilities, whether it's assisted or independent living, there's been several of those built in the last few years. Take that in with the retail trade. Controversial as it may be, no sales tax. We have a lot of people that come up out of Wyoming will come to Billings to do their shopping, their major items. So consequently, there's a variety of aspects. But as I mentioned moments ago, the technology in Billings, our technology center, has really expanded. And of course, that's something that attracts the younger persons, and that's very exciting because there's your energy once again and your future
Right.
for the
So
city
you're
of
getting
Billings.
not only a diversity in your economy, but a diversity in your population as well.
Population and the age categories, yes.
Yeah,
You bet.
absolutely. Well, we have been visiting with the mayor of Billings, Tom Hanel. Mayor, I appreciate you taking some time to visit
Absolutely,
with us today.
thank you. It's been a very good conference. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to visit, and very pleased, of course, to speak of my city, and we're doing quite well. Thank
Absolutely. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You. You bet.
Charter Local Edition has been an exclusive presentation of Charter Communications, providing original programming.